Frank Swart, South Wilkes Barre.
Thank you.
All right. A couple of things that I'm going to ask council for an ordinance of code of professional code of conduct for the city of Wilkes Barre for anyone receiving a city paycheck. What the mayor did during the beginning of this meeting, referring to Mr. Kozlowski in a derogatory name, that has to stop. Regardless of what the mayor thinks of any taxpayer in the city, that's absolutely uncalled for someone who's receiving a paycheck from the very people he's insulting. It just goes back to the Socrates quote. When the debate is lost, slander becomes the tool of the loser. Obviously, the mayor was the loser in that case. So what I'm asking for is a professional code of conduct for anyone receiving a city paycheck that would have a fine attached to it should they violate the code of conduct. Landlords in the city get a $500 fine anytime they violate a rule. Maybe that if we slap the mayor around with a fine like that, maybe then he would either contribute something to the city as opposed to taking something from the city as he's so good at, or maybe he would then treat the taxpayers with the respect they deserve. That's all I'm asking for. I mean, since I've been coming here, I always refer to him as Mr. Mayor, even though the sight of him on that billboard makes my blood boil. However, the office deserves the respect, certainly not him. So I do in fact respect the office. That's the issue that I'm having. And I'm just thinking that a code of conduct for anyone receiving a city paycheck is in order here. Also, it's been brought to my attention that our current city, I guess it's a subcontractor that acting on behalf of the LAG towing contract, charged a victim, and I know the contract with Falzone that was arbitrarily granted by the mayor while the LAG contract is still in place that was never voted on behalf of this council. But at any rate, Falzone is allowed to charge victims of crime, while LAG was never allowed to charge victims of crime. An automobile was stolen from a car lot on New Frederick Street, and the owner received their vehicle back at a charge of $2,300 for a stolen vehicle. That to me seems absurd, that the owner had to pay $2,300 to recover their vehicle from Falzone Towing. Also, all Falzone receipts are bearing a $45 administration charge. I'm wondering, is that fee given to the city, that $45, and is that in addition to the $1,000 a week that they're paying us while acting on behalf of the LAG contract? And if they are acting on behalf of the LAG contract, why aren't they bound at the same terms that Leo and his company was bound by? Part of the complaints lodged against Leo and his company was that he charged victims of crime when his contract said he couldn't, but Falzone is operating under the same authority granted by this council under the LAG contract, but they're allowed to charge victims of crime. It just seems like we're slicing the onion in the other direction now. And that bothers me. A victim of crime should not be charged, or maybe a minimum charge. I understand that the tow truck driver has to eat too, and that he's got to put gas in the tank, but $2,300 to tow a vehicle and recover a stolen vehicle, that seems outrageous. I can't imagine what type of equipment was used. I'm assuming some huge piece of machinery where the car must have been picked up from the bottom of a gorge and brought up and brought back to Falzone, where it was spit shined to be delivered back to the auto lot in pristine condition. I can't imagine $2,300. Who here would be happy paying that bill? I know I wouldn't.
You know that for a fact?
The owner has stated that the owner, I'm waiting for a copy of the receipt. I don't have it, but that's what was stated to me, was that it was $2,300 charge.
In that order of contact, I think the SOP is to go to the chief first, to file a complaint with the towing contract, and he goes see the chief, it's Chief Hughes, have him file a complaint with him.
I will advise the owner to do so. Like I said, I haven't seen a copy of it yet.
I would look for a copy of that.
Absolutely. As soon as I have it, it'll be on the Gazette's website instantly. Trust me. Thank you very much. So, again, just to reiterate in the 30 seconds left, please, I'm asking for that professional code of conduct ordinance. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Short.